Thinking about building a budget gaming PC in 2026? Stop. Just step away from the shopping cart and take a deep breath. Do not click that buy button on Amazon just yet. By the way, if you want to check the current live prices for every single component we discussed today, I've already put all the direct links down in the description and the pinned comment below, so you can open them up right now. You do not need to sell a kidney, sign a second mortgage, or trade your soul to Nvidia for a massive RTX 4090 just to play Cyberpunk, Modern Warfare 3, or Warzone at decent frame rates. The tech community has gaslit everyone into thinking that if you aren't spending $3,000 on a liquid-cooled monolith, you are somehow playing games wrong. That is absolute corporate propaganda. But here is the cold hard truth that nobody wants to admit. If you pair the wrong central processing unit with the wrong graphics processing unit, you are officially lighting your hard-earned money on fire. Welcome to Bottleneck City. Population. If you put a top-tier GPU with a weak, ancient 4-core processor, your graphics card will be sitting there completely idle, waiting for the CPU to finish throwing up. Flip it around, and you get terrible stuttering. Today, we are breaking down the top 3 budget CPU and GPU combos that actually make sense right now. No overpricing, no corporate nonsense, no fanboy tears. Just pure FPS per dollar. Let us dive straight into the hardware. First up, we have the ultimate combo for the absolute brokest gamers out there. We call this the Facebook Marketplace Special. This is for the high schoolers, the college students living on instant ramen, or anyone who just wants to play video games without going completely bankrupt. For the CPU, we are grabbing the legendary AMD Ryzen 5 3600. Yes, I know exactly what you are thinking. This chip is a total veteran. It came out years ago, but hear me out. You can find this 6-core, 12-thread beast used on eBay or Facebook Marketplace for literally $50, sometimes even less if you negotiate well. It still uses the AM4 socket, which means motherboards are dirt cheap, and it handles modern titles without breaking a sweat. It is the cockroach of the tech world. It simply refuses to die. And we are pairing it with the absolute undisputed king of budget 1080p gaming, the AMD Radeon RX 5700XT. Now, let us have a quick reality check and full disclosure here. This graphics card runs quite hot. It gets louder than a commercial jet engine taking off from JFK Airport when you crank up the settings, and it drinks power like a typical American driving a massive V8 pickup truck. It does not have ray tracing, and its upscaling technology is pretty primitive compared to modern standards. But for around $130 on the used market, the raw performance is absolutely insane. You are easily getting solid 60+ frames per second in 1080p high settings in almost any competitive game you throw at it. Whether you want to grind Fortnite with your friends, drop into Apex Legends, or run around in Grand Theft Auto, this duo delivers an incredible experience for less than the price of a single modern console. If you are on a tight budget, this is your holy grail. Do not let the tech elitists tell you otherwise. Moving up the ladder. If you actually have a job, a little bit of disposable income, or if you are lucky enough to live near a Micro Center store, this next combo is the absolute sweet spot for price to performance in the entire PC gaming ecosystem. We are talking about the Intel Core i5 12400F. Look, Intel might be stressing out lately with their high-end stability issues, but this budget 12-gen 6-core beast is still an absolute steal. It runs cool, it is incredibly power efficient, it costs next to nothing brand new on retail shelves, and it handles gaming workloads like an absolute champ. It does not need an expensive liquid cooler. The basic stock heatsink or a cheap $20 air tower will keep it perfectly chilly. And what are we pairing with this Intel champion? You have 2 fantastic choices depending on your gaming philosophy. Option A is the AMD Radeon RX 6600. This is for the purists who just want raw, unadulterated traditional rasterization performance for the lowest price possible. But if you want those fancy green team features, if you want to experience decent ray tracing, or if you want access to DLSS 3 and frame generation to artificially double your frame rate in heavy games, then look for a discounted NVIDIA RTX 4060. This combination does not just walk through modern games, it aggressively runs through them. 1080p ultra settings? easy work, entry-level 1440p gaming on medium settings, absolutely doable. You can load up Cyberpunk 2077, turn on DLSS, and watch your frame counter soar into the high double digits while your system stays quiet and efficient. The absolute best part about this specific build? Zero bottleneck. Your CPU and GPU will work together perfectly like peanut butter and jelly. They are balanced beautifully, meaning you get every single frame you paid for without any stuttering or system hiccups. Now, let us talk about the final boss of budget builds. What if you want a budget PC today because your wallet is hurting? But you also want a clear path to upgrade your system in 2 or 3 years without being forced to buy a completely new motherboard, new RAM, and a new power supply. Enter the Ryzen 5 5600X. No, absolutely not. We are completely skipping the older AM4 platform for this tier. We are going straight to the modern AM5 socket with the AMD Ryzen 5 7600, or, if you want to save an extra $30, the undisputed budget king from AliExpress, the Ryzen 57500F. Welcome to the DDR5 era on a budget. This processor gives you access to the latest architecture, meaning it is blisteringly fast in single-core speeds, which competitive games absolutely love. We are pairing this future-proof processing powerhouse with either the Radeon RX 6700XT or the newer RX 7600XT. Why these cards specifically? Because let us face the harsh reality of modern gaming. Trying to play modern AAA titles with only 8 gigabytes of video memory in 2026 is starting to look like an absolute joke. Game developers are releasing unoptimized titles that eat RAM for breakfast. With the 12 gigabytes on the 6700XT or the massive 16 gigabytes on the 7600XT, you completely bypass that texture streaming wall. This setup is an absolute 1440p monster. It completely crushes Hogwarts Legacy, handles Starfield without breaking a sweat, and will easily run whatever unoptimized, broken game developers decide to throw at us next. And the best part? When you save up more money 2 years from now, you do not need to rebuild your computer from scratch. You can just pop out your old CPU and drop a brand new Ryzen 9000 series chip or a future X3D processor into this exact same motherboard, update the BIOS, and boom, you have a top-tier gaming rig again. It is clean, it is smart, and it protects your financial investment long-term. Before you go out and start buying these parts, remember that a PC is more than just a processor and a graphics card. You need to back these combos up with the right supporting cast. Do not buy a cheap, unverified power supply from an unknown brand just to save $10, because a bad power supply can literally explode and fry your entire system. Look for a reputable 65-watt or 700-watt bronze certified unit. Keep your RAM in dual-channel configuration, meaning 2 sticks of memory instead of 1, because single-channel RAM will absolutely destroy your minimum frame rates and cause terrible microstutters in games like Warzone and Rust. All the specific links to these parts on Amazon and eBay are listed down in the description and the pinned comment below, so go check them out right now to see the current real-time prices in your region. Which of these 3 combos are you choosing for your next budget build? Are you going used with the Marketplace Special, balanced with Intel, or future-proof with AM5? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Smash that like button if this video helped you out, subscribe to Diffly for more honest hardware guides that do not waste your money, and I will catch you in the very next one. Peace out.